Welcome back to WARMACHINE Weekend 2015. We're here on the last day for the... sorry, I got a lot of feedback coming in. Someone's really loud over my mic. Tell Stu to be quiet over there. Sorry, we're back for WARMACHINE Weekend 2015. I can't hear myself talk over that guy. For the WARMACHINE Weekend Invitational Semifinals match against Jordan Nach and Tom Guan. Jordan Nach. Sorry, we've been told we've been pronouncing
his name for 3 years.
Name wrong for 3 freaking years. But I'm Ed Bourelle, Creative Director at Privateer Press.
And I'm Michael Plummer, Convention Manager for Privateer Press.
And we're going to run through these guys' lists, starting with Tom Guan. Tom's running a 50-point Cryx list featuring Pirate Queen Scar with a Kraken and a Scarlock Thrall. I'm going to go down here and check out our units. He's got a full unit of Styxis Raiders with the Sea Witch unit attachment, a minimum unit of the Blood Witches, some Soul Hunters, one of my favorites, and then Necrosurgeon and Stitch Thralls. He's going to support those guys with the Styxis Raider Captain, Darag Wraith, great with those Soul Hunters, 2 Necrotechs, which bring along their Scrap Thralls to help keep that Kraken running, and that's the list.
Yeah,
it's pretty tight.
It's going to be a pretty tight, nasty list. He's going to be going up against Jordan Nach's Major Victoria Haley, commonly known as Haley 2. She's got a Squire with her, of course, a Bonded Stormwall, and Thorn as her battle group. Supporting all that, there's a Journeyman Warcaster and Eris, the Angel of Retribution. Reinhold, the Gobber Speculator's coming along for the ride, along with Alexia, Mistress of the Witchfire, and a Stormsmith Stormcaller. And for units, he's got the Black 13th Gunmate Strike Team and a full unit of Tempest Blazers. So a lot of ranged threats, a lot of speed there. It's going to really be key for him to pick out key targets within that Scar list and shoot him down with the murder ponies, as they are colloquially speaking.
That is a very formidable list, and it'll be nice to see those 2 Colossals go head-to-head.
Yep, and their scenario today is going to be Recon, which is not a killbox scenario, so those casters can stay way far back if they want to. They're going to be looking at 5 control points needed for a scenario of victory, or Warcaster, Warlock, and Assassination, as always. A zone control is worth a single control point. Dominating a zone is worth 2. A flag dominate worth a single, and an enemy objective destroyed is worth a single control point. So one of those scenarios where you see all the aspects of organized play. You got flags, you got zones, you got objectives. It's going to be crazy. And there's the handshake, and we're into deployment. So Jordan Nach starting his deployment. I met Jordan Nach way back when I lived in Chicago. Actually introduced him to the game. He would watch me and my friend Miljan play a lot, and we had a good time. And since that started, he's gotten a real knack for this, this competitive play. Oh, believe me, I'm going to ride with this one today. So he's deploying that Stormwall, that pre-deployment, and it looks like he's putting Haley right next to that Bonded Warjack Colossal. No surprises there. Squire right behind her. Reinhold right nearby. Not a whole lot of models to deploy here. It's a big difference from that last game we just watched.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that last game was Jason Watt's Axis Theme Force versus Protectorate Fiora 1 list. And, man, Watt had like 1 billion models that just kept coming back. And now we're looking at Jordan's list, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, 15 models.
Counting is hard.
Big difference there. Counting is hard. It's that head math.
No, I talked to Jason Watt after that game, and he estimated that he killed 118.
Yeah, it was completely
reductors?
absurd. Obstructors, probably. Yeah. Uctors. Those Uctor guys. So he's putting out his Tempest Blazers on that flank. They're just going to shoot up the field. I love Tempest Blazers so much.
These are pretty interesting lists in that there's a lot of parity, right? There's a Colossal in each list. There's a unit of Light Cav in each list.
Yep. And that's about where the parity stops.
Yeah, sure. It's gonna be a fast and furious game, and yeah, the small model count, low model count is gonna make for a lot of interest.
When you build a list like this with so few models, like every model is chosen with a very specific purpose in mind. And it's there to do something, but every model that you lose really means something. Like you start losing 2 or 3 Tempest Blazers, or you lose 1 or 2 of the Black 13th, it's a seriously crippling blow.
And we've got Tom deploying now.
Love Tom. He's a great guy. Had a chance to interact and hang out with him a little more over the past year. It's been great getting to know him and watch him play.
Yeah, we spent some time hanging out Thursday night. pretty exciting. I guess that Tom's Kraken got broken over on the way here, so he's got a heavily converted model that he's borrowing. I'm not sure who he's borrowing it from.
Yeah, that's one of those things that I really love about our community is like these are really expensive toys, but they're still willing to lend one to a friend, let them use it for a game, whatever it takes to keep the community rolling and everything happening.
Oh, the community is fabulous. Yeah, hanging out last night, Tony Konachek and I kind of do our annual drink and draws here and gather a crowd and make some art, hang out. We had a lot of fun and just people stopping in, saying hi, checking out what we're doing.
Yep.
It's always great. And then just the never-ending gaming going on here. I know Will Schick got in some board gaming last night, hanging out with some friends. We just all kind of come together a couple times a year and have ourselves a little party. It's always great.
I actually got to play a game of Warmachine with a buddy of mine from Chicago who, when I moved to Chicago, the day I moved to Chicago, the first thing I did is I found a game store and I went to play some Warmachine, and he was my first opponent in Chicago. So a little shout-out to Dan Skybo, Dan from Chicago on the forums. So thanks for that game last night. It was a lot of fun.
Seeing Dan run around. Looks like we're all
There's the handshake
deployed.
to start the game, and Jordan Nach taking round 1 by Stormwall.
Oh, Plummer's on fire. Better roll to see if that goes out, buddy.
No, I have a very caustic presence. That fire's not going out. So Stormwall running up the field, getting in place. I imagine we won't see it move too much more than that for at least a little while. Tempest Blazers running.
Tom getting in on some Facebook action.
Yep.
It's a big phone face.
It's a huge phone face.
I hope he keeps it family friendly.
That's confidence right there. I'm going to check my Facebook. Little swipe right, swipe left. Michael Chili Winters and his annual
pizza delivery.
Pizza stunt.
Yep.
Has gotten a whole bunch of pizzas for everybody here at the show. Michael Winters, great guy.
That explains why Hungerford's over there judging. Chili had to go get the pizza.
All right.
Haley advances.
So Haley's advancing. Temporal acceleration.
Deceleration.
Oh, deceleration. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Everything else is already gone. It's not going to hit anything. Sitting. So the focus tokens that Jordan's using, I hear the Twitch chat is asking about them. Those are the Iron Gauntlet metal focus tokens that he has won as an award for being one of the top 16 finalists in the Iron Gauntlet World Championship. Our players who make it all the way to those 4 final awesome rounds at Lock and Load Game Fest earn themselves a set of focus tokens. So
our table here also was built by Dan over at Tectonic Craft Studios just for the show. I know he was in a little bit of a rush to get it finished up, had a little small panic mode, but I think it turned out great.
I think it looks really good. I was talking about this last game. I really like the cracking, the striations, and I love those hills. They're, you can tell they're a hill, but models stand on them very well. He's done a really good job with this terrain.
Our second semifinals game, which we don't have on the screen right now, is Brian White versus Mike Purrier, who you saw in the last round. But it looks like they've started their first turn back there. Let me find my lovely little telestrator. Boom, you've got Mike back here.
Playing his Protectorate, of course.
And then Brian, who we've seen a number of times, is being blocked by Tom's head.
That is Tom's head right there. I don't know what that is anymore. And that's okay. But Brian's playing Legion today. He played Protectorate yesterday in the Iron Gauntlet, and today it's Wings Aplenty.
And my telestrator won't clear because Tony's messing with it.
All right, so back to the game at hand. Looks like the two are having a little conversation about what's going on in the game.
Let me have control, Tony. I got this.
And there's a pause on the clock for some reason.
When the judge says what's going on, guys, that's an interesting sign. And we're still on Jordan's turn, if I'm not mistaken. As
No,
I was
I think
goofing
he's
around.
finished.
We keep it really professional here.
Oh, consummate professionals. Every moment of every day. So they're taking a look for something.
They're so I guess they were looking at the something with the Tempest Blazers, not
Either magical weapons or not, this or that, the other thing. I didn't hear what the question is, so I can't really comment too much on what they're talking about. But, yeah.
My guess is Jordan wants to shoot something, and Tom doesn't want him to shoot it.
It's entirely possible. But you can see behind us, but still a bunch of people here. Even on Sunday, it's been a really long weekend, but a good weekend. A lot of people having fun, carousing late into the night, but still plenty of people playing War Machine, having a great time. War Machine Weekend, great show. If you haven't made it out, make that pilgrimage to St. Louis. Come and see us, hang out.
Today's also the last day, so everybody's kind of starting to say their goodbyes, going around. Lots of hugs, lots of high fives.
Yeah, it's kind of the best.
Yeah, it's I enjoy getting out here every year. Sad that I missed it last year, and looking forward to hanging out with you guys every time we do this in the future.
Yep. And as we come back, we see Tom Guan chowing down on some of that chili winners pizza.
Dark.
Why is that? What?
I don't know what it means.
I have no idea. So, time's still paused. I have no idea what's happening right now. Not that I ever do.
Our judge is kind of babbling nonsensically.
I'd love to.
He must have had a late night like the rest of us.
Must have. Be great if we could.
So we're going to take a look at an overhead shot here. So, right now, Jordan's advanced. I think he's activated most of his army so far. I think everybody can see what's going on, but we've got Tempest Blazers.
Down on the bottom, on that left flank.
Got some Tempest Blazers over here.
He's got that storm wall inched into the zone, so he's already contesting.
He's like, I want to shoot you. Boom. This is when we just get wacky. Nobody's giving us any information.
Yeah, we have
so
no idea what's happening.
Go out of our minds.
We're just going to go off the rails, guys. That's Alexia.
Yep, there's Alexia.
Mistress of the Witchfire.
Where is Haley?
Haley's back on the hill there. Yep. There's Haley.
She's gonna stop time.
Hanging out. Stopping time, slowing time, double time, triple time.
But over here, let's focus on Cryx, because you know me. I'm loving my Cryx.
Well, they haven't moved yet, so
yeah,
not a whole lot to say.
Pretty there. So, hey, Tony, do we know who did this Kraken conversion? No idea. I'm losing control of my mouse again.
So, clock still paused. So, Tom Guan doesn't even know whose Kraken he's borrowing. He may have stolen it off a table. We don't know.
Which is awesome. And again, it just goes to show like how much everybody here just really is open and sharing.
Okay, so they are checking to see if Electro Leaps off of the Tempest Blazers gunshots are considered magical attacks. And judges are coming back with a decision now.
AK and Chili have arrived on the scene.
And those Electro Leaps do count as magical attacks, so here we go.
All right, let's just get a do-over, kids.
I think Jordan's turn is actually over, and it's Tom's turn, and he's just wondering where he can put his stuff.
I see.
Because, yeah.
Well,
probably those Blood Witches. Does he have the Hag?
He does not.
Oh.
He does.
He does, yeah. So that's what he's thinking about, because he wants to run those witches up and make them incorporeal. But if the Tempest Blazers' Electro Leaps are magical, it's not going to help him a whole lot. So now they're just talking about the game state, talking about the game, enjoying his pizza while he watches Jordan explain everything that's going on his side. Both these guys, excellent players. Behind him, you can see our judge, AK. James is a good dude.
I am
He's been judging all weekend for us.
adjusting Tom's list over here because somehow I did miss the Blood Hag.
So it looks like Tom is going to start his activations, and he is running. Yeah, he's running his Blood Witches, and he will be using the mini feats, so they will be incorporeal. And staying on the hill to get that extra def.
They're going to need it when those Tempest Blazers come up.
Yep.
Because incorporeal, as we've discovered through our little pause, is no longer going to protect them. Twitch says my voice sounds like it has gray hair.
Mine's the voice that
You know
sounds
what?
like it
You
has no
sound like
hair.
Twitch? No. Love you guys.
He's like a silver stallion. He's a beautiful man.
You're damn right I am. Here comes the Kraken.
Release the
Up
Kraken!
the field.
Sorry, I had to do it. And he comes up and he goes, "Knack, knack, who's there?"
No.
Kraken.
He's going to shoot those Tempest Blazers.
And that's a Kraken, not a knackin'. The Kraken comes a knackin'. All right, I'm done.
I doubt that.
Well, for now.
Oh.
Ouch.
Plummer's getting some sick burns from the Twitch stream.
You know what you were getting into, Twitch. Oh, yeah. A little bit of Randy Savage for the Twitch feed. Kraken Nagging is a thing.
So, I believe our Tempest Blazers were out of range of the Kraken. Let's just call it that. Thanks.
So those are
And, the minimum unit of Mechanothrall. Nope, that's a
No,
Satixis Raider.
Yeah.
Just inching up a little bit, not wanting to get anywhere near a
Storm
shot
wall.
from a storm wall.
Not wanting to get anywhere near the entire Cygnar army.
Well, they want to get there just on their own terms.
On their own terms, yes. I want to get there alive. Scarlock moves up.
Does a ritual sacrifice. Who's 6 focus, so Scar's going to have 12 focus next turn. I don't know what the Scarlock sacked. My guess is he's got a minimum unit of Mechanothrall.
Oh, no. It would have been a scrap thrall.
Oh, right.
One of those 2 scrap thralls.
Blocked by that extra tall Kraken.
That thing's cool looking, dude.
It really is.
It's very like Dr. Octopus.
War of the Worlds. That's what.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm seeing. Yeah, Tom's loving the no-kill box in this scenario right now. Well, I always find Tom a fascinating player to watch. He's very calculating and precise in his movements. Although what he's doing right now doesn't make the statement I just made seem accurate.
Dude makes some cool lists too, right?
Like the other list that he was potentially going to run was this wacky Denegra 1 thing full of mercenary combos. That was pretty interesting.
Cryx turn finishes up then. Jordan Nach getting ready.
Nach is back.
Nach is back. That's good. It's a Nach attack.
Just once per turn, dude.
No. Oh, no. No.
Remember that whole put some ice on it?
Remember that whole gray hair thing?
Yeah, dude, I'm a silver fox.
Calm down, old man.
I'm a silver fox.
Got some focus allocation going on. 2 to the storm wall. And a little bit in the tank, figuring out what he wants to do, checking that control area.
The winner of this game and the one behind them are going to go on to the finals. So, yeah, this is an
important
round. These players play all across the country all year long to get here. And for these 2 and then our 2 at the other table to make it into the semifinal round has been a year-long journey.
Yep. It's worth noting that Tom Guan actually got the first spot because they do the whole ladder with the points and everything. World Traveler, I mean, he plays all over, goes to almost everything to play, and make sure he gets himself seated in that first spot.
Yeah, it's interesting just watching the various, the shows I'm not at, just the various Facebook posts and everything
Yep.
else, there's Tom Guan.
And I think it's worth noting that the pool is present on the table, as it has been all weekend long. There's a water feature.
Yeah, that's not Hunger's nemesis pool, though.
No. But
Hunger,
it's been really cool
whatever.
just seeing water every game. So Alexia, mistress of the Whizfire, coming up that right flank. A Hellfire on a
Satixis Raider.
Texas Raider. Because why not? What does it the kids say these days? YOLO?
That was like 2 years ago.
Sure. I'm out of touch. And completes her ride by attack.
Yeah, those Satixis may be able to hit Alexia this turn.
Yeah, they're real fast.
Well, but that Stormwall is going to throw out some defense.
Yeah, that's what Stormwalls do. I think we'll probably see covering fire this turn. Because, Jordan's not a bad player. So he'll probably remember to activate his Stormwall and do the things that it does. I want to take a quick minute to thank everybody that's watching the Twitch stream. We really enjoy doing this. We enjoy commentating the games and interacting with you as much as we can. Doing everything for, the entire War Machine community. So thank you for watching from home, and thanks for your continued support.
The Invitational for War Machine Weekend is one of our more popular streams because of the sort of international player base and the travels. Everybody's probably got one of their hometown players here representing.
I met a guy from Australia this morning who made the trip over, and it was his first major convention, and he was excited to stop and talk with me and Will Schick for a minute. So it's really cool meeting everyone from all over. So it looks like Thorn moving up the field. Getting in that zone. He's arcane shielded, I think. Okay, so Twitch is asking the objectives for each player. Jordan Nach is using an Effigy of Valor.
Same. Tom's using the effigy as well. And we have our information. So models within 4 inches of the effigy of Valor are fearless.
Which is...
You can tell we know what this thing does as we shuffle through our papers.
Right. Yep, models units that begin their activations within 4 inches of the Effigy of Valor gain fearless for 1 round.
Sassy.
So casting, I believe it was an Arcane Bolt through Thorn.
Correct. At the Satixis.
It's one of those things I love about Haley too, man. Her whole spell list, like, I play a game with Haley too. I use every spell on her card. Arcane Bolt, Deadeye, Deceleration, Domination, Telekinesis, Temporal Acceleration, Time Bomb. Only thing you definitely won't see this game is Domination, because she can't take control of the Kraken.
Another Satixis Raider comes off the table, thanks to Arcane Bolt. And reaction drive triggers, sending Thorn back.
Oh, she can't take control, but she can't move it?
Correct. It can't move out of its activation.
Something like that.
No
She
taking
can't
control of it.
I was right the first time. That's what happens when I second guess myself.
Pulling some trees off the forest so we can gallop some little ponies through.
That's a classic Plummer maneuver. Get those trees off. Get those trees off the table, out of the way of my models.
It's like you invented that.
Everybody always gives me a hard time for it.
I'll protect you.
Thank you. I can always count on you, Ed.
All right, so they're going to see if they can shoot those incorporeal Styxis since they have magical pistols.
And Deadeye.
Deadeye and their lovely Electro Leap.
So 2 dead already. That's the first shot. He's going to shoot that one in the front there. Dead-eyed shot. 7 misses.
So they're going to be defense 15 on that hill. That's fairly formidable, but
that'll hit.
Deadeye is
Kills that one. Electro Leap kills another. So
arm 13.
Pass their command check. I think we're seeing probably another Electro Leap shot here. Hits. So it'll leap back onto the Necrotech, I'm sure.
Correct. Oh, might be the Kraken.
Checking between the Kraken and the...
No, definitely Necrotech.
Definitely Necrotech. So Necrotech takes a point. And the Witch dies. Making short work of those Styxis Blood Witches. And Fast Cav move back.
So fast.
They're insane. I bought them. I painted them. I hate painting horses, but it was worth every moment. Will Schick is berating me. And yes, even with my airbrush, I hated painting horses.
He loves painting. He's
I love
a
painting.
hobby enthusiast, and he cherishes every moment that he spends with a Privateer Press model.
That's correct.
Is his official statement. No more talking for you.
Just only painting horses. They have too many legs.
Why are you refuting me?
I don't know.
You have no power here. Stop. I'm told I'm being sassy on the microphone.
You are being sassy. Sassafras. So got some damage on the Kraken.
No.
I can almost count how much damage from Tom's phone.
Yeah, that's a
9 to the 4 here. It's like he's put a 40-inch television on the table. Tell him to turn on Netflix.
Gotta love those eye things.
Is that an eye thing?
That's an eye thing.
Ah.
That's what I hear.
Couple covering fires down as we expected.
Yep. You know,
Storm pod.
Funnel everybody through that forest.
So he's got the covering fire down and then the storm pod to block the hole that he left.
Well, time to say goodbye to my good friend Adam Oleschlager of Broken Egg Games. Check out their custom licensed War Machine and Hordes trays for carrying your miniatures here at these kind of shows. It's great for these types of events.
Yeah, they make some really beautiful stuff. I'm a big fan.
Lots of friends here, and it's goodbye time.
It's probably the worst part of conventions because, the rest of them are awesome. But saying goodbye to your friends, totally not the best. So, looks like a Mage Storm put onto that Storm Pod to just further gum up the works for Tom. Jordan's a real good player. I would never have thought of that. I'm so bad at this game.
Yet you cherish every moment playing
I
it.
love playing War Machine. I'm just awful at it.
Some of my favorite games have actually been against you, Mike.
That's because I'm awful at it and you win.
I feel really good about myself when I play you.
That's all right. I feel really good about myself when I look at your hair. Hey-o.
It's all good, dude. I can't find your hair.
That's true. Every time I find some, I cut it off. So 3 focus going on the Kraken from Tom.
Time to unleash the beast.
Yeah. That was rad.
I think at some point they're going to turn your Twitch feeds into a drinking game.
Yeah, every time I say something stupid.
Yep. They have to stop drinking.
What?
Well, they would drink less if they didn't drink while you were saying something.
That's
stupid.
absolutely true. I would kill people.
Unleash the Guankin came through on Twitch. I'm not sure I'm in love with it, but we'll give them their
I think that one's a little too far Guan.
5. Oh, yes.
You're welcome. Guan in 60 seconds.
All right, so we just had a Sea Witch. Sorry,
I think the Blood Witch
Blood
ran
Witch
out.
run. Yeah, Sea Witch. That's not right. Did he leave the Blood Witch in the background? All right, here comes the Kraken.
There's that careful placement that Ed was talking about before.
Yep. Oh,
He rolled a 6 for something.
he's firing the flare, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So he hits the storm wall.
Shooting guns.
So that last shot, I believe, was the Hell Blaster. For a few points onto that storm wall.
Got to nickel and dime it down. You're not going to take it out in one turn most of the time. Oh, Twitch! I like that you've taken on my my love of dad jokes. It's an honor and a privilege.
All the Twitch jokes, some of the Twitch jokes are being fed to us. We'll save them for the right moment.
And we'll give you no credit because we don't know who you are.
So we've got Necrotech and Stitch Thralls running up the front. Sorry, Necrosurgeon and Stitch Thralls, rather. The Soul Hunters are getting the run order, and they are going to
book it.
I was literally going to say book it. That creeps me out, Plummer.
Do you remember Book It when you'd get a free pizza for reading books?
No.
Did they do that when you were a kid
and
back
so,
in the Stone Age? Kidding.
I'm going to slap the crap out of you. The Soul Hunters are presently incorporeal thanks to Darag Wraith.
Correct.
So if anybody's wondering why they're just running through everything.
What's their speed?
Their speed is 9.
That's insane.
Nope, sorry, 8.
Still insane.
16-inch run. Darag Wraith can give them a little additional movement, but he didn't do it this turn. He instead gave them...
the Styx Spiriters are all getting behind the Kraken.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Oh, geez, they have guns. Quick move.
Darag Wrath is now running over to be closer to the Soul Hunters again.
That incorporeal's a command range thing?
Yes.
Okay.
This is leadership ability while activating in this model's command range. Gain incorporeal, that activation. So back over to Cygnar.
So you guys at home aren't the only ones watching these games. We got a big crowd around all the invitational tables. It's one of the big things people like to do is watch these games at the end of the weekend. So you are not alone. Jordan flipping through his cards on his war room.
Yeah, a little different this time. We got both players using War Room and not a spread of stat cards like we've had in some of our other games.
Well, you know, it just shows kind of the versatility. Like, War Room's an awesome map. Lets you keep everything on you.
What I find is even when players are using the cards spread out on the table, they're often using War Room to look up their opponent's army list.
Yes.
It's a great reference resource as well as a tool to use while you're playing your game. There in the background, we've got Mike and Brian playing their game.
Sure. You can also see Adrian Final and Will Pagani watching the game.
Those guys do like to stand around a lot.
They do love that watch machine.
Let's just go ahead and...
You can call them out.
Yep. Some of our good friends standing back here like they do, plotting and scheming.
So Jordan's pretty deep in the tank, it looks like. Still deciding where his focus is going to go, what he's going to do this turn. Tom really shifted the board position that last turn, like a lot.
Jordan's in the tank. We've been using that term a lot this weekend.
We have.
In the think tank.
In the dunk tank. I really want to get a dunk tank.
For lock and load?
Well, that would be amazing. I was thinking more for like my personal home, but yeah, if we had a dunk tank and lock and load,
You and Hungerford could take turns.
I would get in there. I bet almost everyone in Twitch would pay a couple bucks to try and get me in a dunk tank after these jokes.
I'm tempted to drag you to one right now.
I'm sure Ed would blow a year's salary on it.
We promise we love each other.
Yeah, Ed and I are real good friends. That's why we can kind of jab at each other so much. So hope there's no concern out in Twitch land that there's any animosity, because I assure you that it's entirely untrue.
I mean, I feel like you've gone too far a couple times this stream, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh. Oh. It's been nice knowing everyone.
Don't worry, I know my hair's gray, people. Jordan's just scoping things out, trying to figure out what to do.
Trying to come up with his plan of a knack. Okay, yeah, that one was bad. Really, the real reason that I tell all these horrible jokes is because I'm looking at Tony pretty much the entire time I'm doing this, and it kills Tony. Like, I destroy him every time I say something stupid. What's in the dunk tank? High C Ecto Cooler.
That was anticlimactic, wasn't it, folks?
I mean, it's either that or lime jello.
There you go. Much better.
That would feel really weird. Getting dunked into a tank full of lime jello?
It's not that weird.
How do you know that?
I've been through a lot.
Sure. All right, so it looks like Jordan's ready to start
Measuring
doing
his
stuff.
control area.
Yep. All right, well, sorry, guys. You have to listen to us babble for a little while longer. Well, Jordan's going to ride out his clock for the next 39 minutes, then pass turn.
I can only imagine the pressure of playing in one of these games that we're streaming, right, with everybody watching you and kind of analyzing every single move. I don't think I would do it, but we have movement.
Looks like the Black 13th
Yep.
coming up and shooting a Mage Storm at that Soul Hunter in the front. Missing. So going 4 inches to the 2. It's actually a really
That's
good
a pretty
deviation.
deviation. Soul Hunter and Necrosurgeon.
So Necrosurgeon.
Oh, there
Necrosurgeon's out. No damage to the Soul Hunter. Killing the Necrosurgeon is a pretty big deal. Lynch shooting brutal at the Mage Hunter. Tags him.
Well, we know what Scar's going to use to get more focus now.
4 points, but still alive. You're right. That was probably the plan anyway.
Throw some ritual sacrifice on him.
So what do you think on Tom's turn? Feet and Kraken charge?
Could be. We're going to have... Did he ritual sacrifice last turn?
Yeah, he got 3.
3? Okay, so we'll be at 9 focus. Might be a good turn for Dark Guidance.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
It really depends on what Jordan does.
Yeah.
Certainly, though, I could see feet, even if it's used slightly defensively.
Yeah,
but if you can get the combo offensive, defensive
as
out
far,
of
as
blood
far
magic,
as far as I remember, Tom does not love using the feet defensively. Tom's a pretty aggressive player. So we will not be seeing a charge next turn because Jordan is feated.
So Haley's going to, lock down any major alpha strike by popping her feet this turn.
Yep. Measuring something.
Looking at the line of sight into the woods, into the forest for Thorn.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Let's see if he can get to that Soul Hunter. And it looks like he, I believe, is able to see that Soul Hunter.
I think so.
Back in the tank.
Back in the tank. Tom Guan gazing off into the distance.
Probably looking over there to see who he hopes to be duking it out with in the finals. But he's got to get through this first.
Looks like Mike Puryear's in the tank, too.
It does.
All right, so we've got some more damage on a Soul Hunter. So it's 2 of the Soul Hunters down 4 points each.
So one of the tactics here would be to get in there on one side of that Kraken and wipe it out entirely.
On one side.
On one side, right? Take that whole side out, because under Haley's feet, he's not going to be able to change his facing and also make attacks.
Right.
But, he's got some models to get out of the way before he's going to be able to do that. Thorn reaction drives back.
But if you can take out those couple models, that Stormwall's going to have no problem getting up there between the bond and I don't know if you put temporal acceleration on it or if you needed to. I don't think he needed to.
Tempest Blazers rolling up through the forest, shoot some stuff, run away.
Just Tempest Blazer things.
Yep, the Tempest Blazer.
Hashtag
yo-yo.
just Tempest Blazer things.
Ooh,
So shot.
that was not a good roll.
Shooting again. It's a hit.
Better. See if we can.
Takes out the Soul Hunter.
Yeah.
Takes out the other thing.
It's going to be a Blood Hag. So it takes his Blood Hag.
And checking for the soul, and it looks like he's out. Oh, they're checking it with some widgets. Some super precise measurements here. No.
go, but that hole is suddenly opening up.
Yeah, it looks like he's got to take out the some of those stitch thralls. And it looks like he's going to hope to do it with Electro Leaps.
Oh, yeah, those will pop stitch thralls like crazy.
Yeah.
Once the Necrosurgeon's gone, there isn't much those guys can do.
He's actually going for the Soul Hunters, which also makes sense because that Stormwall can just charge right through that forest and not care.
Right. Well, and if he's got to get into one arc, that's
where he wants
left
to be.
arc on the Kraken, top on the screen, is where he wants to be.
Yep.
So we're looking at possible Stormwall charge over here.
Yep. That looks likely, but he would have to get rid of that Soul Hunter to get into that kind of a
I
position.
believe that Soul Hunter's only got 1 point of damage left.
Yeah, it's only got one left, but he's starting to run out of shots.
Poor Cygnar.
Yeah.
We ran out of bullets.
Bullets are expensive.
Here comes Iris.
Here comes Eris. If she hits it, snipes it.
Yep, there we go.
One shot, one kill. No excuses.
We're going to see this Stormwall do some stuff. Maybe he'll trip as he goes through the woods.
I highly doubt that.
I'm sure Jordan's hoping for the best.
Tom doesn't look too concerned. Tom's
doesn't
just got
ever look concerned.
Yeah,
I've never seen that guy look concerned before
pretty
in my life.
stoic, pretty stoic face. Resting okay with it face. Stormwall advancing. Interesting.
Advancing back.
Pulling back. Probably just trying to stay out of that Kraken charge range.
Well, the Kraken can't charge.
Kraken can't charge. I have no idea what's happening.
Well, I will imagine that these guys know.
They probably know better than I do.
Know better than we do what's going to happen here, what could happen here. So, but just imagine that cool thing that I drew on your screen actually happened and it was glorious.
That's what I'm imagining right now.
Boom. He's
shooting
stitch thralls.
And putting down some covering fire.
You can just imagine like the.
I mean, if we're being real here,
the supply master for Cygnar's like, that seems like not the best allocation of our resources to use the Stormwall to kill stitch thralls, which.
I did just say bullets are very expensive, so those shells must be super expensive.
Literally do nothing on the table, right? They don't even have weapons.
Shooting Hellfire at a Texas Raider. Jordan's doing work, though. Like, he's taking out a ton of models. And I don't think he's lost anything.
Alexia gets another soul and falls back a bit from her ride-by attack.
And passes turn.
All right. Tom Guan on the job.
3 focus to the Kraken.
Kraken's going to shoot some fools. Stitch thralls are running.
Which, can they do that? Maybe he didn't feed? I know he said.
I don't think Haley's clear over here. Well, no,
I don't know, dude. Haley's got a control range like a boss. I guess we'll find out. We'll know whether he feeded or not here shortly. I know our judge said that he had feeded, but then he apologized for something, so it might have been that he didn't feed. Who knows?
Okay, so yes, we just got confirmation that Jordan did not feed. So
we must have misheard. Sorry for the confusion, folks.
He said.
That changes this quite a bit.
Stu's been feeding us commentary all weekend, and I imagine that he has sat through a ton of these games.
Oh, yeah. He just sits there and tells us everything that's going on. So big thanks to Stu.
Yeah.
Big shout out to him.
Stu liming. We've got a little whisper feed going into our ears that you guys can't hear because it's not work appropriate. Stu's got a mouth on him.
Oh. If you guys don't know Stunami, he's a good dude.
Darag Wraith moving around the side there.
All right, Ed, what do you think Tom's going to do here? You're Tom. You're Tom Guan. What would you do?
Man. Doesn't seem quite worth it to go after Alexia with the Kraken. So I'm going to pretend we're on a time delay, and as he does things, I'm going to say that's what I would have done.
That's a great idea. I think I'd probably feed here. I would use it defensively.
Yeah, you basically get up there. Get
up there.
Get up there in their
the
face
zone.
and take that +5 armor bonus. And
But that's not what Tom's doing. Tom is barely moving his Kraken at all. This is why I'm a bad War Machine player.
killing those Tempest Blazers is not a bad way to go.
No, they've been doing work.
Boosted shot from the Hell Blaster.
Boosted damage.
Boosted damage, and
Should be the second Tempest Blazer out, provided the dice don't just do that.
yeah, I mean that thing's still POW 14.
Yeah, it might be enough. Yep, just barely.
Cream of Tempest Blazer. Splat.
That's a roll.
Yeah, that's what you need for damage rolls.
Effigy of Valor. Keeping those Tempest Blazers fearless, though. Effigy of Valor, of course, being one of our scenario objectives. Will Hungerford does a great job with the rest of the team, making this organized play packet every year. Keeping it new and fresh.
Absolutely. So it looks like we've got Scar advancing.
You're going to see a Hellfire here, I bet. Oh. The Scar Bomb.
Yep.
Boosting damage, taking another one out. That's going to hurt. Still sitting on 5, too.
Will.
Tom Guan also using his Iron Gauntlet focus tokens.
So no feet.
No feet. Not surprised, actually, with the placement of Scar. Like, she's not going to catch everything.
We've got a Soul Hunter running through that arcane. What the hell is that thing called?
The thing, yeah. The Mage Storm.
Mage Storm that the Black 13 put down.
The arcane thing.
It's Cygnar, man. I just stay out of the little rings they put down. Don't go in the ring.
7 days. What?
What's happening? Plummer, you got to make sure you put that flask away before they put us back on the screen. So Texas Raiders get the run order. They're now on the other side of the table from where they started.
Yes, they are. Interestingly enough, on the opposite of the table from all of Jordan's things.
Yep, not a super big fan of getting the crap shot out of us.
Yep.
Let's go over here.
Jordan's whole army is looking over there. He's like, there used to be guys there, but now they're Guan.
Guan away.
Passing turn to Cygnar. So Jordan checking that control area. Removing all the effects that go away. Counting on his focus.
One focus. Think faster, Jordan. Think faster, buddy.
He's 12 minutes down on Tom. But Jordan tends to chew through a lot of his clock with thought.
And then chew through a lot of his opponent's army with action.
Yeah.
He's got a knack for that.
Yeah.
That wasn't even supposed to be a pun. That's just good timing.
Sure. That's what happens when you watch him in action. You told me I get one a turn.
All right, let's see if you can follow instructions. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this whole thing to kind of circle counterclockwise, and they end up on opposite sides of the table that they started on.
Just a big old do-si-do. That would be amazing.
Yeah. It's going in that direction right now. Nobody wants to get in the middle of the battlefield.
This is what happens when there's no kill box. My allergies are acting up like crazy here, so apologies to the stream for the sniffling. I just got a text from Brent Welder up in the store saying, "Blow your nose, bro. It's hitting the mic hard." So I know we got complaints earlier in the weekend. I'm sorry. There's something about Missouri.
Our coworkers got our back. Shout out to Brent up in the store.
Shout out to Brent up in the store. Thanks, Mom. Consequently, Brent brought me tissues before the last game. He's a good dude.
Haley got a focus from the Squire. Allocating 3 to the Storm Wall. Oh, 2 to the Storm Wall, enough keeping Arcane Shield. Here come that Black 13th.
Advancing the Nach 13th.
Yeah, he's
taking a second one.
Something out for those Soul Hunters, but his dice are not cooperating.
No, they're not. 2 shots from Ryan. Both missing. Ouch.
Thorns coming around.
This is the second time this weekend I've seen Arcane Shield and Thorn in a Haley 2 list. Seems real strong. And I think it's hard to kill.
It's a heavy little Warjack.
Yep. What's actually a light Warjack, Ed?
Little Warjacks and big Warjacks.
I wish that's what they were called. I'm going to take a Centurion Big Warjack and a Stormwall Huge Warjack.
Thorn ran.
I'm sure
I was like, that's a hell of an advance.
Time Bomb on Lucky Charm to boost the damage.
Oh, man.
That's real unfortunate. So that was on Scar. So that
right. That's Haley cast Time Bomb.
Yep.
I'm not sure if we said that out loud. So the Time Bomb did hit. No damage.
And Haley is feeding now. So that Time Bomb is going to be -2 speed and def for Scar. Call Lightning. Passes and does some damage. Not quite enough to take him out. Stormwall advances. Gonna see him light up Scar.
That's what I would do.
Yep. Checking his control. Make sure he's in range. Still got some speed left, so. All right. Big gun targeting Scar. It's in range.
Got range. Her def is low.
What's her def with the -2?
It's going to be 13. Nope, 14. He
missed for the first one.
Hits with the
And
second.
he hits boosting damage. 2 1s and a something.
She's sitting on arm 20 right now.
Yeah, 2 1s and a 3. So a couple points, but not much.
I thought she was going to be Guan, girl. Drops the covering fire templates. A little bit of a stress moment there for Tom.
Yeah, probably.
Nobody likes to have a Colossal shooting at their caster when she's been nerfed.
No. Hellfiring Scar with Alexia. Boosting with the Soul.
7
Another
points.
7 more.
That's going to make her feet a bigger risk because with blood magic, she's got to take damage to make it more powerful.
Did she
She
ritual sacrifice last turn?
I believe she got 3.
3. She could always heal herself up first.
I could be wrong.
I mean, he has to feed next turn.
Yes, he does.
Tempest Blazer shooting the Soul Hunter. It's a hit. Brutal damage shot.
Yeah, the dice are going great for
Nails
him when
it
he's trying
down.
to shoot a Soul Hunter, but
Yeah. Jordan Warcaster advancing onto that hill. Casting Arcane Shield on Haley. Good place for it.
yeah.
And passing his turn. So
All right.
Tom's options are severely limited because of Haley's feet. But
Yep, there's that 3 extra focus, so he's at
got 9.
Scars at 9. Nerfed a little, so it's going to be shooting again with the Kraken, unless I'm going to
I think he's definitely shooting the Kraken.
That's got to be more than 4 inches. That's more than 2 50 mil bases because
Oh, yeah.
on his activation he could just grab her.
Ritzak for 2 focus.
Nah,
next
those
turn.
numbers going down as the rounds commence. He's kicked off with
Just
6.
not what you want to see, but
Kraken
Kraken
advances.
advancing. Not a bad idea, really.
Right, just tie him up.
Tie him up.
Well, especially if he's going to end up with a big armor buff.
Yeah. And strength buff. Free strikes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that makes those free strikes.
That's what you're thinking about there. Is
nasty.
that 3 strike on Thorn would be huge. Which would mean that he'd have to move the Arcane Shield back over to Thorn if he could,
If he maxes the feet out, that'd be a P plus S 23 free strike.
ignoring the shield. So dice plus 7. For
But, if Haley's wise, she can possibly telekinesis him
Thorn
out.
Yeah,
Because he's only 2-inch reach when it's not his activation.
correct.
All right, Beyond Death coming in from Darag Wraith. So they're going to get living enemy models suffer -2 to damage rolls. while within Dark Wraith's command range, which is 9. Again, crowds are gathering back there behind these guys, watching the intense play. Over in the top right corner, I got my good friend Chad from back in the day when I was living in Louisiana. I used to play him weekly in the local game store.
Yeah, Chad's a nice guy. I like him a lot.
He gets out to Seattle to visit us every year for lock and load, like many of these great guys do. Have a lot of fun there.
I'm a little biased, but lock and load's another one that if you've never made it out,
Lock and Load 2016.
definitely worth coming to.
Going to be big as always.
Have some announcements about that coming real soon.
Looking up something about Thorn's weapons. Possibly seeing if they're magical weapons in order to move those soul hunters
Thorn
through.
does not have any magical weapons. He's got a disruption spear and a shock shield.
Tom's still got quite a bit of time on his clock.
Oh, yeah. Tom's been playing real quick. Jordan's the one that's been sitting in the tank.
Well,
I mean, it's working out for him, right?
Tom's in the tank now.
Yeah, that's true. But he saved his tank time, so TikTok tank time.
All right, here goes Scar. She takes 5 points of damage as she pops her feet, giving a +5 armor and strength to all the models within her control area. She is down to 4 wounds, thanks to...
So he's going to put himself right on that hill.
You gotta do something. And he is loaded with focus, which is gonna put her armor through the roof, right?
She's got like, what's her base?
Her base is 15. The feat's gonna make it 20.
She's arm 29.
20. Yeah, 29 right now. Unless he casts any spells, which he does not.
So yeah, arm 29 should be okay for a turn.
So the Texas Raiders are going to get Desperate Pace from the captain.
And block line of sight to Scar.
Yeah. Not from
just
the captain.
in case.
From the Sea Witch, rather.
Objective is not in the feet.
Might be worth destroying.
Could be. He's probably not going to get Scar on arm 29. Get that CP.
Note that the Kraken does have his toe in the zone, which is going to make it hard to dominate.
Yeah, he's not going to take out a Kraken with +5 arm. I don't think. If he does, more power to him. So allocating 2 to the storm wall, it looks like. Yep. Will Schick pointing out to us that a viable strategy here would be to run Haley to dominate the flag and then just hold up the rest of the army. It's going to be real hard to get over there. Look, some brutal shots on the objective. Doing 1 point.
Taking out the objective. If he can dominate the flag and take out the objective in one turn, that's going to be 2 CPs for him, and then just start whittling Tom down. But
So it's got 8 boxes left on that objective, I believe.
I just don't think he's going to get that storm wall into melee. As much fun as that would be to watch.
It'd be cool to watch.
Looks like our second game is still going on in the background. Michael Chilliwinter is back there judging with his chest full of Privateer Press pins. www.privateerpress.com/pins. So we just got Hellfire cast at the objective. A little more damage from Alexia. Oh, it looks like the Stormwall's coming in to get some
finish it off.
anti-objective action. Gonna light it up, boost that damage, and there it goes. There scores 1 CP for Jordan right away.
Getting some clarification about what shots are going where and how they're working. Looks like a shot on Soul Hunter. There. Last Soul Hunter down.
Yep, Haley runs
to
up to that flag.
Will Schick, correct as usual.
Squire running up alongside her.
Looks like Arcane Shield's on the Stormwall now. Running with Reinhold.
Oh, Iris is coming.
Eris is getting close to that Kraken for that technological interference, so won't be able to allocate any folks to that Kraken.
She took a shot at the Scarlock and missed. Stormcaller and a Tempest Blazer advances. I love when they say advances and they move the model backwards. It's technically correct, but
I mean,
advancing like a coward.
So that's gonna be.
Well, let's call it tactically.
So dominating flag. It's another CP. So we're looking at 2 CPs for Cygnar to 0 for Tom.
Pulling some of those rings out that were remnants from a previous turn.
Be interesting to see what they do here. I think the Kraken.
He's hoping to eat Eris with the Kraken so that he doesn't have to worry about her anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if Eris hadn't gotten up there, he'd be in a good place to shoot Haley. But
well, I mean, so right now, I think, especially without being able to boost.
Oh no, he's not going to shoot Haley now.
Oh, backlash on the Stormwall. And miss. How do you miss a Stormwall, Tom?
By rolling really low, Ed.
It's dice.
Yep. Roll the small numbers on the dice. Bad things happen.
Necrotech's running.
He wants to get up there and contest that flag.
Yep. Stop those
Stop
control points from being scored.
Buys him another turn.
Yep. Hopefully got it within 4 inches.
Yeah, he's within 4.
Necrotech's not known for their excessive speed.
Tom's got some thinking to do. I don't know exactly what's going to happen here. Hasn't really put a whole lot of damage on anything. Did really great job taking out the Tempest Blazers earlier, but Thorn's still good. Stormwall's still pretty good. Lexia's fine.
Just don't think the Satixis can quite get over there to that Storm Wall.
Not end still attack. They could run.
Because Power Swell could be an option.
Oh, sure. I mean, it would do some damage.
Well, it's not about. It's about doing one point at a time.
Yeah, to Haley.
Because combine feedback with backlash, and every time they do a point of damage,
For sure.
we're talking about 2 points to Haley.
Do it to Thorn.
He's just got to get him over there.
Gets Derek out of the way.
Yep, Thorn is definitely a viable option.
You know, one of my favorite things I always see around the show is people with their game club shirts. You know, these groups of players who come from different metas. Like the St. Louis Syndicate is the one I'm looking at now, and I think there was like a Minnesota War Boys and Team Astra. Just it's very cool to see people like bond together in groups and create a little club of themselves that have so much passion for the game and love to talk about it and travel together to these shows. It's an awesome thing to see the community come together in different ways.
Yeah, and those sort of small communities have just gotten more and more over the years, especially with things like the World Team Championship. Everybody kind of gets behind their local groups or their regions, whether it be country or club or whatever, and it's
I just love it.
It's great to be part of, right?
Yeah, I love seeing people come together to play War Machine.
What's Tom Guan do?
Oh, Ed, why have you forsaken me? Really, why'd you steal that great joke from me?
I'm learning. Just got to turn off my brain and plumber it up.
Yep. Every day. Every day.
Trying to figure out what to do with those Texas Raiders. Plummer had a good idea, Tom. Go hit Thorn. Do it.
Do it now. I mean, Jordan's got to be worried right now because he's got to question what's going to happen when the Kraken comes to Knackin.
We've got.
I heard that was a thing, so I was going to use it again.
We've got Desperate Pace on the Raiders.
Yep. Seems legit.
From the Raider captain.
And it looks.
And then Scar activates.
Making some very cautious advancing.
Yeah, well. Checking his control.
Think he's going to try another backlash? I think he is, because the first one was from the Scarlock.
Right.
What's the range on that?
8.
8. He's definitely not close enough for that.
Well, Scar's pretty fast. She can get closer.
Saw a little shrug from Tom. I think he had an idea, and he's like, maybe not.
If you're going after the Storm Wall, you don't really need Dark Guidance.
Ooh. Well, I mean, he did miss that backlash, so maybe.
Dark Guidance doesn't help that. But dice gone wrong.
Dice gone wrong.
Why are we whispering?
I don't know. Whispering is fun.
More excitement from above.
That bird's eye view.
What can we draw on here? So right now, we've got Scar 1 here.
Yep.
Trying to figure out how to complete her activation, and it looks like Tom's checking some control again. All our statistics are over here. And trying to put something together that's going to have some impact on this game.
Scar's still moving. Maybe he made backlash on Thorn. Calling it.
Backlash, yep. Boosting backlash on Thorn. Man,
Come on, dice. There it is.
It's hit.
It's a 13 to hit, so.
All right, so now's the time to put some damage on Haley. And with that cluster, It looks like he's got 6 Styxis Raiders plus
so
the Sea Witch. There's your Dark Guidance. Assure that Thorn gets the smacks that you're looking for.
Just wants to put as much damage as he can onto her with this so that next turn he can hopefully just one-shot her. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a one-shot. You know what I mean. Get that hole in Guan.
Hole in Guan.
That was for you, Tony.
Derek activates and advances. And he hits Thorn.
Mount attack, no damage. Scythe attack. Take 2
Two points to Thorn and 1 to Haley.
So if he goes in with the rest of the Styxis and manages to not kill Thorn and hit with all of them, she's dead.
Yes, she is.
But that's going to be quite the feat. And because you have to get all 7 on it, and then he has to not power swell so it doesn't kill Thorn.
Yeah, killing
I mean,
Thorn
it's not
is
gonna happen.
really not what he wants to do here.
Oh. But he's going to get everyone in on something because if he can hit and do some damage on the storm wall with the other lacerators, like that'll still be 1 point instead of 2.
Right.
Like he can really whittle her down quite a bit here.
Then he's got to live through it.
Then he's got to live through it.
So we got a Thorn charge.
Yep, charging Thorn.
He's got to watch his placement real carefully with these because he certainly wants to maximize his coverage.
Absolutely.
Maximize.
Charging the storm wall with another one. Second Styxis going into Thorn. Oh, they've also got the charge with the horns. So there's going to be a bunch of damage here.
Yeah, that's the ones that get in there.
So potentially 3 damage from the 2 in the front. So potential 3.
Right now we've got 4 on Thorn. And the Sea Witch also on Thorn. So 5 on Thorn, 2 on the
6, 7.
Storm Wall.
It's got potential 14 damage. Hits. There's the power swell. No damage.
No damage.
Second attack hits. Ooh, no damage.
13 off to get through that Storm Wall.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot.
All right.
All right, on Thorn. Charging with horns. Good idea.
Knock him down. Easier to hit.
Whip hits the lacerator. So
Those horns become a lot more lethal under
Dark Guidance.
Dark Guidance.
Absolutely. So a couple more damage on Haley.
Whip it good, Tom.
So there's the horns.
Whip it good.
Thorn's knocked down.
That crit on the horns. 4 more on Thorn. 2 more on Haley.
2 more on Haley. Yep, starting to whittle her down. Question's going to be if Scar can live through this. Two more points to the 2.
We've still got the Kraken to activate this turn, too.
Yeah. Has no focus, so.
If he's still there, hitting and knock down Thorn's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, and looks like he's close enough to Stormwall, though. But he needs to hit Thorn to do any damage to Haley. UA's attacking. Hits. Because the knockdown, 6 points to the 5. And 1 more to Haley. So it looks like Haley has taken
2 more to Haley.
2 more to Haley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
She's got 4 left, I believe.
She's got 4 left. 4 points left. It's gotta make him a little nervous.
Oh yeah, that's like.
Both casters are sitting on 4 health. So it is a race to the finishing move.
How does that Kraken do the least amount of damage possible.
Right? Oof.
I don't know what Thorn's got left, but there were some pretty decent hits in there.
Can you pull up that Kraken card?
I can.
He might just shoot Haley.
So she looks like she's got 6 on her. Oh, Kraken's going to take a free strike and move.
Yep.
No free strikes. He has declined
3 shots.
on the flare.
It's a miss. A miss. Miss. Big gun.
So lots of shots with no
Well, we're checking
no focus.
You know, he's really just hoping for one spike. All you need to do is hit once. Turn ends. Scar sitting on nothing. I don't know, man.
That's scary. If you can get Darag Wraith out of the way, trampling Colossal is no joke.
Trampling Colossal is no joke. I mean, really, neither is a Colossal just shooting her in the face. What's up, Jordan? Upkeeping Arcane Shield.
Yeah, I have a feeling Jordan was getting
Probably getting a little scared.
getting a little anxiety there for a minute, but
I was getting a little anxiety for Jordan. I love watching all these guys play. I watch so many of their games, doing the commentary, and just, going back and watching games that I didn't commentate. And so, like, I'm a big fan of all these guys, and I like to see any of them win. So it's hard to sit here and watch any of them start to get whittled down.
yeah, they are.
But at the same time, it's nice to watch any of them win. And it's particularly stressful in this game. I mean, 1 round away from the finals.
Yeah, so
Three
I see
focus on
some
the storm wall.
focus going on to the storm wall.
Yes.
4.
Oh, 4. So Eris coming over. Free strike from the Kraken. Misses. Shooting Scar. Nails her.
Bam, and
That's game.
that is it. What a game.
What a game. Super killer. Awesome game. Like, absolutely awesome. It was really close to have, really close to an assassination there on the last turn from Tom with some really awesome play, some cool ideas, things I didn't even really see coming. Really enjoyed watching the whole thing.
Absolutely, and I think it swung nicely in both directions. It could have gone either way.
Yep.
And now we've got Jordan going into the finals here at the WARMACHINE Weekend 2015 Invitational.
And you know what? I just want to point out, like, one of my favorite things about that game is, like, seeing the small model list do so well.
Absolutely.
Like, after watching the last game with all the big models, I love seeing the wide range of armies that you can play in this game and still be incredibly effective.
And it does look like the second game of the semifinals is still going on.
Yep.
So once we have our victor from that, we will be joining you back here to stream the finals match from St. Louis and WARMACHINE Weekend 2015.
Thanks for watching.